Welcome back to the show. I spent all night last night pouring over highlights from my good buddy Emmitt Smith. I put together a few of my favorites and hope you enjoy our very special Emmitt Smith Calls of the Wild. Our next guest has been with me for a national title in college and 2 Super Bowls. He was the driving force behind the Cowboys Super Bowl championships in the 90s and could always get our teams motivated with one simple phrase.
Everybody, you did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Please welcome my coach, Jimmy Johnson.
How are you? Get the chair here.
Coach, man.
Hey, you dressed conservative for me today,
Coach,
right? You know I didn't like that wild stuff.
Right. I told them that. I said, that's the problem with Randy. I said, with Jimmy, I never got in any problems. I was always like, that's Coach.
Well,
that's Coach.
You knew better than to get in trouble with me.
Yeah, yes, I did.
Michael is shrinking up like a little kid. You look like Dusty's kid, man.
I think you gotta understand now why. Let me tell you, I remember when I was in college, I just got to college. And Jimmy grabbed me. First, of course, I got in a little trouble the first day there.
Well, which day? Which day?
The first day I got in a fight, the first day, with one of the offensive linemen. Jim was like, boy, are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Hey, I got to tell this story.
Okay, good.
I go in, and I didn't really know that much about Michael. You know, Michael was a freshman, you know, this young receiver from Lauderdale and this and that. So one of my coaches came up and he says, that freshman receiver we got, he just beat the hell out of a senior offensive guard. I said, what? Yeah, he said, yeah, beat the hell out of him. He said, you know, they were in the chow line. You know, and the senior's going to butt in front of this freshman receiver. And Michael said, hey, I've been fighting for food all my life. You ain't going to butt in front of me. And just walk. I said, I like him.
16 kids in your family, am I right?
Yeah.
Jimmy, I got a question. It may be an unfair question. Emmitt Smith. Give me a rating on him in the history of offensive backs. I mean, it's a tough question, I know.
You know, Pete, I'm not that good at comparing. All I know, he's the best that I'd ever been around. He's the best that I've seen. And, you know, I know Barry Sanders can make moves and make runs and do all this stuff. And Jim Brown was a fantastic player for a long time. But Emmitt does everything. You know, he runs the football, he blocks, he catches passes. And, you know, just like when we were evaluating him coming out of college, and I tried to get him out of high school, tried to get him to the University of Miami, and he said, hey, you know, his coach wouldn't even look at us at Miami. He said, y'all throw the ball too much. I want to go to a school that runs the ball. And, yeah, he's always been the best. And I told him the other day over at his house, I said, you've been the best at every level, and you're still the best. He's the best I've ever been around.
Do you think that, is this weekend? Is he going to break the record this weekend?
He's 93 yards shy coming into the game against Seattle.
Well, obviously Seattle's got something to do with it.
Right.
But, I mean, they can overload the defense such that, they're just absolutely not going to let him break the record, but then they'll open up their pass defense to where this rookie quarterback, might be able to throw for a few yards. I personally think he'll break it. I think he'll break it, come hell or high water. You give it to him enough times, he'll break it.
Do you think that they, going into this game, say we'll just keep feeding him, let him get the record, and get this out of the way?
Oh, yeah. Jerry, marketing, he wants him to break it. Jerry's thinking about that wallet. Yeah.
Jerry wants to actually be on the field and hand him the ball on the last play. Yeah.
What do you mean? Jerry's over on the sideline with T-shirts selling them.
Guys, we actually had Jim Brown on this show not all that long ago, and he actually held the record before Walter Payton had the all-time rushing mark. And we talked to him about Emmitt Smith breaking the record and whether or not he was, quote-unquote, worthy of it. Here's his response.
He had one of the best offensive line in history. Emmitt used to take off and run 10 yards straight, and there would be nothing in front of him. He's one of the few backs that ever had that, that particular kind of thing going for him. At some point, it isn't dignified to chase a record. Because you should be an integral part of that team, you should be valuable to that team, and everything you're doing should be able to lead that team to the Super Bowl, and if the record becomes too commercial, it's a side issue.
Coach, is that a fair statement?
Now, I have tremendous respect for Jim Brown, one of the greatest of all time. So
Okay, now say something bad about him.
He doesn't know it all about everything. Just because he was a great football player doesn't mean that he has all the answers. As far as having that great offensive line, well, let's see. I'm thinking back about that offensive line before Emmitt got there. We had a defensive tackle that was undrafted that we moved over to offense, and God rest his soul, Mark Tuanay. Never had success. We had a cast-off from the whatever league that was, USFL, one thing, and never had any success. In fact, they were going to cut him. Nate Newton. Never had any success.
How's he doing?
Shut up.
No, I wanted to.
And then we had Mark Stepnoski that we had drafted. He's a 260-pound offensive guard that we moved to center.
That's good, man.
And then we had a third-round pick from Central State of Ohio. Eric Williams. We put it right there.
Now.
Well, the only thing is, none of these players had had any success.
Thank you.
They weren't all pro. But you know what? All of a sudden, Emmitt Smith gets behind them. Emmitt gets behind them. And then Stepnoski goes to 3 or 4 Pro Bowls. Nate goes to 4 or 5 Pro Bowls. Tuanay goes to 2 Pro Bowls. You know what? Those great running backs.
And you tried a lot of running backs. Not great, but man, it was a revolving door.
Oh, yeah.
But, Jimmy, I kind of disagree with him because I think a good athlete takes advantage of the situation in front of him. So he's got a good line. So he's still got to run the ball.
Oh, without question. I mean, but he made them that much better. And he gave them, by him having success, they got notoriety. Without Emmitt, nobody felt that they were worth anything. But as soon as Emmitt started running for all those yards, all of a sudden they started going to Pro Bowls. Eric Williams went to 6 Pro Bowls. I mean, Larry Allen's been to 7, 8 Pro Bowls.
And not only the offensive line, Coach. We all visit Emmitt this Tuesday. Darryl Johnson, he was there, so we had a nice little round table. You guys check it out.
I see this as even though it's looked at it as an individual accomplishment, I look at it as everybody that was so instrumental in the beginning and the growth. Like I said, Moose and Tommy taking care of me early in my rookie year. Coming in, you drafted me. Michael taking me underneath his wing as a rookie as well and growing and teaching me some of the ways. All those things go into play and go into my mind right now in terms of where I'm at.
Of course, Moose Johnston, his fine fullback, now with the NFL, and Fox was the 4th guy there. In fact, you can see that whole piece in its entirety this weekend on the Fox NFL pregame show with Jimmy and Terry and Hobby and JB as well.
I'm excited for him to get the record, man. He's a good guy. He deserves it. We should celebrate it.
Well, guys, we got much more coming your way with Michael's old coach, Jimmy Johnson. We'll talk to him about some football issues out there. Is Steve Spurrier earning his keep in D.C.? We'll ask him after this update.
This World Series update is brought to you by new MSN.
Steve Spurrier, the main reason the Redskins are off to a 2-4 start. And John Gruden's Bucks, 5-2, but wasn't he supposed to make a difference with that offense? We'll ask 2-time Super Bowl winning coach Jimmy Johnson about those two and much more when he joins his former player Michael Irvin. Stick around.
You're watching
watching the best damn sports show, period.
Has cleaning the house become an impossible job? Well, fear that job no more with the all-new, easy-to-use Jimmy Johnson scouring pads. That's right. After years of research, scientists have replicated the ultra-resilient composite fibers of the legendary Coach's impenetrable coif. Use it to remove baked-on foods, rust stains, or to simply cut your diamonds. Jimmy Johnson scouring pads. Order now and receive this special bonus gift, the Terry Bradshaw Pop-On Light. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Once again, we want to thank two-time Super Bowl winning coach Jimmy Johnson for hanging out.
That's a good idea. You should get something for that. I know, mine's all hair.
I don't know if I'd be talking about hair.
All right, let's focus on one of your old rivals, the Washington Redskins, and Steve Spurrier making yet another quarterback change this week. It's Patrick Ramsey, the rookie, out. Shane Matthews is in.
It doesn't make any difference. It's going to be the same either way. But the only thing is I really believe that Ramsey, for the future, will be the best thing for him. I think he needs to give him some experience. But Steve's wanting to win. You know, there's a lot of pressure on him to win games this year, and he thinks maybe Shane can do it. But Shane's not going to be his quarterback here in the future.
Do you think he's misled in thinking that these B-level quarterbacks can win at this level? Because he won with those kind of quarterbacks in college.
I think he got probably a false sense of security in preseason, you know, with Werfel and Shane, you know, going out there and throwing for a bunch of touchdowns and one thing or another. And then when they started playing for real, you know, all of a sudden they weren't doing too good. I think Ramsey's got the talent, though, eventually to do it.
He just don't have enough speed.
Yeah, I mean, their team, you know, the thing that's disappointing is their defense.
Right.
Everybody thought their defense was going to be really good.
Especially with Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, Marvin Lewis, and they got an all-star cast over there. Now, some of them are getting up there in age, but their defense has really been playing poorly as opposed to what everybody expected.
But you could relate to this, you know, the situation of the first year in the pros.
Well, I can relate some.
Right.
Because, you know, they were 8-8 a year ago. They had a decent football team. You know,
we were coming off 3-13.
Yeah, 3-13, 1-15. That's not exactly the same.
That's true.
Michael and about one or two others about the only players we had until we started bringing them in. Right. And so, you know, of course, Michael, he's limping around. I had to straighten him out a little bit, you know.
No, I was coming off knee surgery.
Right.
And right after that season, when I talked to you down in Miami and you were telling me about some things may happen, and he said, well, what kind of players do we have? I said, Coach, I don't know. And then I go back, right, and some of these guys weren't working out. I said, I got right on the phone. Coach, they're not working out. They didn't know he was coming in. They didn't know Coach was coming in. I knew I already had the inside scoop, but he already told me, don't say anything.
Well, he said you had two sets of rules. You had for the superstars, you had the one set of rules, and then for the regular guys.
Hey, that's the way it is in business.
I know.
You know, everybody's on a scale. Everybody's on a scale. If you do what's right, and you put in the time and the effort, and you perform. You got to perform. You're at the top.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't do what's right, and you don't do what we ask you to do, and you're not a performer, you're down at the bottom. And so you're not going to mess around with these folks too long.
Right.
You know, we had one guy who went to sleep in a meeting. I cut him. Now, if Michael had gone to sleep, I'd have said, Michael, wake up. I mean, yeah. And that's right. If I'm the head of a company and I got my best salesman comes to work late, he's putting all this money in my pocket, I'm going to say, hey, try to be on time tomorrow. You know, and this salesman's not doing a thing. He's not selling anything. Goodbye. I'm going to get me another salesman. Hey, I'm going to be very, very consistent. I treat everybody differently. That's what you do. Don't you treat everybody differently?
I do. You better not be late for the meetings, Chris. I'll tell you, right?
If there's a good-looking woman, are you going to treat her the same as some dog?
Actually, you know what? Honestly, Jimmy, maybe I'm not the right guy to ask that to. I mean, come on, you know, I'm trying to, you know. Back to football this weekend.
I'll take that back.
I pet them all. I don't care.
Back to football this weekend. The Bucs also making a quarterback change, but it's because of injury. Brad Johnson out, Rob Johnson in. Is that going to make the difference for the offense for John Gruden?
Well, I don't think they'll be as good.
You don't think they haven't been good, period, offensively?
Well, if Rob Johnson's the second teamer, now what's going to make him better when you put the guy that's not as good as the first teamer in?
Well, there were some people that thought he was better than Brad.
Evidently not Gruden, because Gruden had him on the second team.
That's the run that counts.
You know, the head man didn't think he was as good as Brad. And the only thing about Rob Johnson, I think he's got talent. He can run. He can throw the ball. But the guy gets sacked. Man, he doesn't make any decisions as far as holding on that football. We played him one time down in Miami and sacked him 7 times. I mean, this guy takes a lot of sacks, a lot of negative plays. Now, if he can avoid the negative plays, if Gruden has done a good enough job to teach him not to have the negative plays, yeah, he's got the talent to win.
That's the kind of analysis you get from Jimmy Johnson each and every Sunday on Fox NFL Sunday. Jimmy, we appreciate the time. Thank you very much.